Hey everybody, Spaceman Spiff here with episode 29 of Spaceman Climbs. And I'm just going to start by saying I apologize. I know I haven't posted many videos in the past couple weeks, but I had a busy couple weeks and then I was in Switzerland for 2 weeks and it was my first time in Europe, so I definitely didn't have time to play or record Warcraft videos, unfortunately. But that said, I'm back, I'm ready to go. I will be posting lots of games in the coming days. Watch for me on stream because I'm definitely going to be on Twitch. And yeah, so that said, I'm going to jump into this game, which is episode 29. It's a human versus undead. I do draw undead. And I'm against Super Newbie. So there's a couple things I want to bring up. First of all, Super Newbie is a very, I'll let this run, is a very strong player. At the time of playing, I believe he's ranked 3rd in Azeroth. So he's right up there, and he always plays human. Him and I have played a number of games together. And the one thing that I do know about him, or the thing I've picked up, is that he really likes to get a blacksmith early. He picks it up just about the time where he techs, and he moves into rifleman definitely sooner than the average human player does. Anyway, make of that what you will. I draw undead, and as you guys know, or anyone who watches a lot of my videos has probably heard me complain about, I feel like I get undead every single game. I play random, but I draw undead like 80% of the time, and you know, that's not bad. I like undead, but when I play random, I want 25, 25, 25, 25, right? So this felt like my 100th undead game in a row. I decided I'm not going to go with the standard thing I do, which would be, either Lich first or Dreadlord first with a fast expansion. I like to do that kind of stuff. I decided I was going to go for a Tavern Hero and try and do something a little bit more out there, a little bit more, even though I'm against Human and Dreadlord and Lich are also out there, I thought I needed to switch something up. So this was actually played live on stream. Some of you might have actually watched this one while it was going on live, so I'll make a couple references to what I'm talking about in-game. But for the most part, I was undecided right now. I was thinking I could go Firelord first. I do like to go Firelord first. I could go Panda first, but the Panda is really, really questionable early as Undead because, as you know, the biggest problem with Undead early on is they have no means of healing until we get statues or tier 2 with our shop. It's really hard to deal with any early pressure. And if an Archmage with Footmen and Water Elementals come in and I have level 1 Panda with low mana and a couple ghouls, I could be in a lot of trouble. So I wanted to get someone who's a little more solid early on, which, again, I think the Firelord, don't get me wrong, is not a solid choice early on, but with summons you can at least trade blows a little more effectively. You have range, so you don't have to take as much damage on your hero at level 1 if you're defending. You can also make the same case for a Beastmaster, which is what I'm going to pick up sooner or later. There he is. So a Beastmaster, he's tanky, he moves pretty quickly, he does alright damage, and I can summon a bunch of Quill Beasts, which will ultimately allow me to take less damage on my hero, right? So he gives me a little more early presence than some of those other heroes might. I saw Militia quickly poke in here, so that tells me that he must be here, right? My opponent's got to be here if the Militia's coming. I sent this ghoul down to this location just to make sure he didn't do some sneaky, I don't know, just to check it out, but I'm very confident my opponent is in the close spawn over here. So for that reason, I moved out this way. I'm going to try and creep out to level 2, play it a little safe early on, and this is also a mistake. So I summoned a Quill Beast really early and moved out this way, and came up, and he dilly-daddled a bit. I think that was a mistake. I did not need to use 2 Quill Beasts to creep out this green camp, because now, like I was saying, the Undead race has no means of really recovering mana until I hit tier 2. So I only have enough mana for 1 more Quill Beast at this point, which means that I'm not as comfortable in defending if he does go for a big push, right? I think I probably should have saved the mana for one of these Quill Beasts, as it was unnecessary to creep this, and now my hero is just a little more vulnerable. Not to mention I'm taking damage on my hero rather than the Quill Beast, so I don't know what I was thinking. There we go. Again, I summon another Quill Beast. I think it's a mistake. I think I should have maybe cast it once, or sorry, twice, maybe even once at this point in the game and have a lot more mana on my hero. What are you going to do, though? I think I play Beastmaster as Elf a lot, so I'm used to kind of spamming his summons, and, it's showing through here. Anyway, I came to creep this because it would get me level 2, and this is kind of an annoying creep camp, right? These 4 greens will get in your way if you rally units. in the daytime. So I figured I'll clear this one out. That way, if I do want to get a tavern hero later, I can just send the unit down without thinking about it. If I rally units later in the game, these aren't going to get in the way. It's just clear that, get level 2, and now my play is definitely going to be move out and harass. Because my tech is super delayed. Like, I could have teched earlier. I have a couple ghouls in my base, but not too many. Really, if I want to go for level... Well, sorry, I guess I should word it like this. I have two options, right? I can harass, or I can try and creep to level 3. If I... Like, why would I creep to level 2.75? If I'm going to creep, I want to hit level 3. So to do that, I would have to creep this, or I don't think this one would even get me level 3. And these, there are two downsides. Number one, I would take a lot of damage on my hero or on my ghouls. I would have to spend more mana on from my hero to summon another Quill Beast. The other major thing is I would leave myself very vulnerable. If he comes through to attack me and I'm over here creeping or over here creeping, then he's going to force a teleport, or he's going to deal a ton of damage to my acolytes, which are completely vulnerable. My tech is just starting. I can't let that happen. So I figured by taking the fight to him, at least that ensures he's not harassing my economy. I can keep him, I know where he is, and maybe I can delay his tech. Maybe I can get some kills. Maybe I can squeeze out level 3 or at least level 2.5, 2.75 on militia kills. So that's my thinking here, and I move forward. I see he is teching, and look at how far ahead in his tech he is. Look at that, he's way ahead. He's got his blacksmith up already, like I was saying, and riflemen are out. So, what do I have here? 3 ghouls, 6 ghouls, and a couple summons. And I wanted to see how much damage I could do. So I chase this down. This tells me he's probably creeping his gold mine or something. Not worth chasing. I sent a couple ghouls through here to start harassing the worker line. I get 1 kill, so that's something, and I force a teleport. So first thing you have to do when you see a teleport is run away. Second thing you have to do is assess. So it looks like he called to arms, so he's using like every single peasant he's got to deal with this, which is a little bit excessive, but we all do it. And he teleports in. I see a bunch of weak units, and that is trouble for me because I have so many melee units that I'm not really able to, like, this is super vulnerable, but for me to get back there is I'm going to lose units, right? And I don't think I play this right because look, 1 ghoul lost and I decided to go for this. I'm going to lose another ghoul. Chase down this footman, I lose another ghoul. I think I'll get this kill. But now 3 ghouls back here, and all 3 are going to die. And now this went pretty poorly, right? I'm going to pause it right here. So I'm going to get this footman kill. But I just lost 6 ghouls for you know, not a lot of kills. I killed a peasant, a footman, maybe another footman. Not at all worth it, right? I came in here, so I lost 6 ghouls for that much experience. Not great. He's still way ahead of me in tech. Like, I'm just over halfway. But the one thing that I am gaining on him is he has no income. Even though he hasn't lost any peasants, he's got no gold or wood income right now. His Mountain King is almost out, and again, I am halfway through my tech, but his structures haven't even begun, so it's not like he's gained that much time on me tech-wise outside of the Mountain King. Yeah, so I'm going to pause it again. Either way, on stream right now, I'm thinking I've just lost the game. Throwing those 6 ghouls away for so little gain was really bad, but you know, you make the most of what you've got. And he keeps them coming, so he's chasing just my hero now. I've lost everything. I've got my hero and summons. And I managed to pick off 1 kill. I'm going to get a 2nd kill here. And that was good. That brings me a little bit more into it. I'm going to go for a 3rd kill, but now his Mountain King's out, and I'm afraid of some surrounds, so I run my Beastmaster away. I'm going to use my Quill Beast to try and get this last kill, but I don't think it's going to work out. And ultimately, I think this went really well for me, or for him, except for the fact that, you know, he lost all that mining time. So he's also walled in his base. That's a downside of building these bases. He did it so he wouldn't have to get an arcane tower, so he'd feel a little safer. But now he's going to have to destroy a farm or hack away at these trees in order to free his hero. Meanwhile, I'm over here closing in, just about to hit tier 2. So let's see. My tier 2 structures are going to go down just about the exact same time as his, even though he was so much further ahead in tech, just because of that harass. That harass was substantial, even though I lost everything. So there's my Temple of the Damned, my Slaughterhouse. And you guessed it, I'm going for some sort of Necromancer play, because that's what I like to do, and I think Necromancers are completely underutilized in today's meta. And here we go. So I'm going to move out again. So let's talk about it again. I'm level 2. I could go for level 3, and it's an even smaller camp now, right? I could go here, and that would get me 3. This would get me level 3, but again, how far out of position am I? I could go here or here. That would get me 3.5 maybe. But again, how far out of position am I? He can go into my base and deal some damage and cause some problems and scout my Necromancers early. Or I can just go in and harass, try and get level 3 on his peasants, try and delay his tier 2 structures, try and cause a little more havoc. Plus, I saw that he used his teleport already, so if he has gone to creep this or this, he'll be out of position and I'll be able to capitalize. So this is my play. You know, if at first you don't succeed, try again. Unfortunately, he's here waiting for me, and I have to retreat right away. Notice I don't even try and bring these ghouls in. This is a losing fight against a level 3 Archmage. So I run away, and he's trying to get some Stormbolts, and then he's going to try and block me. But like I was saying earlier, the Beastmaster is pretty tanky. He's got a good move speed, and I know this is the last Stormbolt the Mountain King has. So as long as he doesn't block me, I'm going to be able to get away, and that's why I run south like this. I shouldn't feed my Quill Beast, but not the end of the world that I do. And now, again, so I run to the middle, I pick up a Tinker, and it's the exact same thing, right? Last I saw he was here. So he's got 2 options. He could run to attack me, which I don't want him to do, because he's going to see that I'm doing some kind of weird stuff. I've got a lot of ghouls as well, and I don't want to give away that I'm going for a ghoul push. Instead, I'll tell you guys, I'm going for a 50 of 50 army. I'm going to have 3 Necromancers, 1 statue on mana, and the rest ghouls. I have no upgrades. I'm not going tier 3, so I'm not going to have Ghoul Frenzy. My play is to hit the 50 of 50 and push and hopefully catch him off guard. Because, again, let's think about it. His tier 2 structures were significantly delayed. He's going to be building Riflemen. He's going to be building Priests and Sorceresses. He's not going to be prioritizing adept training right now. He hasn't scouted any Necromancers. That's a weird thing for him to go out of his way to get. So, yeah, he can either come here, where he will be getting picks off on, like, if 1 Necromancer spawns, he'll be able to pick him off with his level 2 Water Elementals and Stormbolt. He'll be able to pick off ghouls and push and pull a bit. So I want to keep him out of there. I want to keep the pressure on him. I want to keep him by his base. I want to keep him out of my base. And that's why, despite my hero being almost dead, I'm going to move out and harass again. I'm going to just keep him pinned. And look, here he is. He's trying to go creeping, it looks like. He intercepts me, so he's going to have to chase me into the back of my base. And getting a Tinker, forgot to talk about that. 2 benefits. Number 1, he has summons, so he continues with my Flood strategy with Necromancer Ghoul summons. But if he does have Dispel does not work on Clockwork Goblins, so at least it's kind of like it continues my summon and my Swarm strategy without the same vulnerabilities as some of my other summons. The other thing is, it's good for these harasses, right? I can poke in right now because I literally just need to buy time for 1 more. After this harass, I'm going to teleport home or run home, regroup and move with 50. So this guy will be very effective at making the human stay in his base for that period of time, right? If I place my factory in a good spot, it's tough for his militia to deal with, and he's just going to have to come back and kill it. It's a nuisance. I won't deal much damage, but I'll buy a little more time to hopefully prevent his creeping. So I'm going to go for this peasant. I'm going to throw down a factory over here. I run my Beastmaster south because he's too vulnerable and I know he's going to die, so I just want to keep him safe. And yeah, deal some damage here. As soon as I see the Mountain King, I know he's got mana for 1 Stormbolt, but not a great surround army. And I'm going to pull away. So he kills my factory, but kept his... Okay, so he killed my factory, but it bought a little more time. I was able to get a peasant kill with these guys. I didn't do anything here, but he's not creeping. I got my Tinker away safely, like I expected to. And then my Beastmaster ran back in for no reason, got Stormbolted, and is going to die, which is a huge loss. But really, the Beastmaster should have been here, and then I was literally just going to teleport home to get him all the way back and move out as a group. Instead, he ran in here, feeds some experience, dies, and again, on stream right now, I'm thinking, oh, if I could lose this game or throw this game anymore. Like, I was really frustrated having lost my Beastmaster like that. Because look, I'm at 50 of 50. I'm ready to go. This is my timing, and this is such a timing push. This is all about timing. Now I have to wait this whole Beastmaster. I was really frustrated with that. So I decided I'd wait a little bit. I killed off one ghoul on purpose to make room for one more Necromancer. And then once I hit my 3 Necromancers, I'm going to move out. Beastmaster will catch up eventually. But again, I really want to emphasize this. I am 0-0 upgrades, no Ghoul Frenzy, Tier 2. I have a level 1 Tinker with literally 0 experience. 3 Necromancers once this guy spawns, and a statue. My Beastmaster is almost level 3, but he's still level 2. Not even close to, well, he's close to spawning because he's level 2, but not in the fight at all. And I move out anyway because, again, timing. It's all about timing. I just do not want to let this guy start spiraling out of control. He's also got the hero advantage. Also, if I waited for him to come out to move across, then the human would have been able to creep this and this comfortably, right? It's just, I have to move. Time is of the essence right here. And again, Super Newbie is ranked 3rd in Azeroth with a really good record. He's a really strong player. I see the mortar there, so I know he's in this direction. He's probably going to have to teleport home. He hasn't seen my Necromancers yet, and I don't want to reveal them, so I'm going to keep them back here a little bit. And just not overcommit. Throw down my factory, play it safe, and there's the teleport, so now I can bring in my ranged units. And we're going to pause it here. So, again, 50 of 50, I've gone over my army, no upgrades, Ghoul Frenzy, not there. I bought a Sacrificial Skull, which I should put down, but I think I forget to, just for that extra movement. It's going to be a long battle, so it could have been nice. Super Newbie, 46 of 48, so he's right around there with me. He's got the Defender's advantage in that he's got all his militia on hand. He's level 4-2 to literally my level 1. Where's my Beastmaster? My Beastmaster's trying to catch up, so I'm level 2-1 to his level 4-2. He's got a mix of rifles, mortars. His mortars have an attack upgrade. Here we go. Go back to my vision. And he focuses down the first factory. I'm just letting my ghouls run amok. Primary goal is just micro the Necromancers, right? I gotta keep the Necromancers alive. Nothing else really matters. Beastmaster arrives, summons, let my ghouls die, let them deal damage, let my skeletons deal damage. I'm also aware of the Mountain King's in the back line. He's stormbolting and focusing down my Necromancers. He's using that in conjunction with mortar teams and rifles when they're in range. So he was playing it pretty well. And again, I'm not focus firing. You can see that in that I've surrounded the water elemental rather than hitting the units. But all that matters is my Necromancers stay alive because he provides a lot of bodies too, right? Peasants, priests, footmen, riflemen, they all die pretty quickly. So I'm down to one Necromancer, but numbers are starting to look in my favor. I throw down another factory here, which he focuses down right away, but it's still getting in the way. It's absorbing damage. He can't run away because I've got all these things blocking him in the back. And now the Mountain King's going down. I hit level 2 on my Tinker. The Archmage is starting to take a lot of damage. He does use Hide, and I have no means of revealing him. I'm down to just one Necromancer still, but I'm trying to micro him away from the mortar teams. And look at this. It's starting to look pretty good for me. I got another one in. Keep the bodies coming. Another factory that he's focusing down, but it's absorbing more damage. I just have so many units, and now like it's looking really bad for him. I'm about to hit level 4 on my Beastmaster, which I'm gonna quickly summon a hawk, I think, to reveal this Archmage with this Cloak of Hiding. Yeah. And now, look at that. Super Newbie leaves the game, and I just beat rank 3, going Beastmaster, Ghoul, Necromancer, obviously as Undead, throwing away 6 ghouls in an early harass. Granted, he lost a lot of income time, but he still came out on top there. I shouldn't have lost 6 ghouls ever. That was major misplay on my part. That was a major misplay on my part. And then, in the second harass attempt, I lost my Beastmaster for no reason, and yet I was still able to move in with my timing push, which was delayed, and with weak heroes, and kind of completely overrun him in that last push. Granted, it's a lot about positioning, and the way he teleported, I was able to keep him kind of backed into a corner. He didn't have a whole lot of room to move about. But still, I think this is like there's something to this, right? Necromancers are good if they're used in the right spot. You can't, well, you can, but mass necromancers is one thing. Just people don't think about them in these small little battles. When I rushed him out, and he just had no answer for it. He did not have Dispel on his priests. He didn't have any means of really getting to the back line of necromancers, and it worked really effectively. Because even, let's look at it here. If we go hero score, he's way ahead of me. If we go resource score, I'm way ahead, but that's because of my harass timing, because he had all those lost resources when he called to arms, and in the final fight he also had to call to arms. But you also have to consider I lost 6 ghouls, which is, what's that, 720 gold? I think that's 720 gold, plus he gained experience in those 6 ghouls, so whatever the gold equivalent of experience would be. So this could be a little tighter. Well, I guess you can't say that because he got points in hero score. Either way, I ultimately won because of my unit score, because I produced 94 units. So even though he killed 60, I still, like, what's the difference there compared to his? I killed 37 of his 39 produced units. He killed 60 of my 94. I had 34 extra units on him. He had 2 extra on me. It works. It's fun. It can really beat some top players as long as you use it to catch them off guard. Recognize that it's a timing push. I don't know. Make of it what you will. Thank you for watching. Again, I'll be posting more videos for sure in the next week or two. I'll be streaming lots because I'm happy to be back and excited to be on ladder again. Thank you for watching. If you could like or subscribe, I would very much appreciate it. And either way, have a great rest of your day.